Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to another Arca Garage video. Today I'm going to be doing a full service on Alfa Romeo Giulietta. Now every garage has their own definition of full service. In this case, that's going to include the replacement of all of the filters, replacement of oil, rotation of the tires, and replacement of spark plugs. I'm going to undo the oil cap just so the oil can flow out a bit easier. I'm gonna start by removing the ender tray so I can let the oil out and so I can replace the air filter as well. So I'm gonna grab my 17mm socket to undo the train plug. Also inspect your copper washer. If it needs replacing, replace it. I'm gonna clean the residual oil with brake cleaner. While the car is up, I'm gonna replace the air filter. Alright, there's the air filter. You can see it is quite dirty, but still not too bad. I'm gonna replace it anyway. In with a new air filter. Moving on to oil filter. Now you might want to put a rag down there just so the oil doesn't go over the hoses and everything else. To undo it, you're gonna need a 27mm socket. So I'm just gonna pull this oil filter off. I'm gonna replace the gasket. Now I'm just gonna put this new filter in, and now I'm gonna put it back onto the car. So I'm gonna remove the rag, clean everything good with the brake cleaner, and that's it for the oil filter. Now I'm gonna add just under 3 liters of oil. Now the capacity is 3.3 liters, but I gotta take into consideration the oil that hasn't been drained. So I'll put just under 3 liters of oil. I'm gonna put the oil cap back on. I'm gonna start up the car and I'm gonna recheck the oil. Alright, so I started the car. I made sure that the oil light went out. Now let's check the oil level. I don't know how well can you see it, but the oil level is right there, so we need to add a bit more. You can see now the oil level, it's right under the max. We gotta take into consideration that I've just started the car, so the oil didn't have a chance to go all the way down, so this pretty much is gonna be perfect. One more thing I would also suggest is that you put some grease on all of these screws for the under tray. If they get rusted, they can get stuck into that metal piece they screw into, and that can be a nightmare to remove. So every time I do a small service on Alfa Romeos, I do this thing, and I never have any problem removing these screws. Alright, now to replace the cabin filter, first I gotta remove this piece of plastic right here. You can just pull it off. I'm also gonna remove this upper carpet. So you got some plastic rivets here. Alright, there it is. Now there is one more plastic rivet in the back, but you just gotta push this piece toward the front and down, and it's gonna come out. Okay, so our cabin filter is gonna be right behind this cover. I'm just gonna undo this screw here, and to do that I'm gonna use T20 Torx. I'm gonna push it down. You can already see this is gonna be full of dirt. Oh man, look at that. Ah, man, that's crazy. Look at that. Look how dirty this cabin filter is. Alright, here's our new filter. Just pay attention to this notch right here. It has to go up, and also pay attention to the air flow. Moving on to the replacement of spark plugs. I'm gonna start by removing the engine cover. So we got one 10mm screw right there, and we got the second one right here. Next I'm gonna remove these two metal clamps using a flathead screwdriver. So I'm just gonna pop them off. Now these are our coils, and the spark plugs are always gonna be beneath them. So we got they're held in place with these 10mm screws. Now to undo these connectors, you gotta pull this yellow piece out. Now press on this black tab and pull the connector off. Also, if you need a bit more slack, you can remove this 13mm screw there, which holds this, which holds the wiring for the connectors for the coils. gonna use a 10mm socket to start removing the coils. Now also make sure that you inspect all of the coils, make sure that there is no oil on them or anything like that. Next I'm gonna use my 16mm socket, this extension and middle size ratchet to undo the spark plugs. Next I'm just gonna use this piece of hose to pull the spark plug out. So anytime you are doing a spark plug replacement, you gotta make sure that they are the same size, that they have the same thread width and the same length. Alright, so I'm gonna start putting the new spark plugs in. Again, I'm gonna use my piece of hose. I'm just gonna put it over the spark plug and I'm gonna start threading it in by hand. Now I'm gonna start putting everything back together. Lastly, I'm gonna do the tire rotation. What I'm gonna do, I'm basically just gonna put the rear wheels to the front and the front ones to the back. I'm doing this because I want the even tire wear. Some kind of butterfly, baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Anyway, that would be all for the full service on my Alfa Romeo Giulietta. I hope you find this video useful. If you did, hit that like button and support our channel by subscribing.